Grant Tucker. A little bit south of Denver, called Parker. I was born in Denver. My family came over from Grand Junction a little bit before that, and spent most of my life down there. I am a project engineer for a general contractor, Saunders Construction. Right now I'm on a project out at BIA building a hotel and a transit center. Pretty awesome. Since January of last year, so 2013. I grew up with Lauren Turnell, and my fiance Shaylin and her were talking about working out and trying to figure out what to do. And Lauren started talking to us about this CrossFit Advantage, and so dragged us in on a Saturday, and been coming ever since. It was pathetic. I look back and I'm like, bring that up again. I almost died. No, it was eye-opening for sure. I walked in and I looked at the workout and I was just like looking at everybody and I was like, I can do this. You know, I come from a pretty athletic background, so I walked in and I saw what the workout was, and ignorance was bliss because I was passed out underneath the bench afterwards, just dying. And yeah, it was tough. I came in here and I started doing that first workout. I was like, I've done all these movements before, but like compounding them and putting them into a competitive atmosphere was very difficult.
What's your?
Mostly I played football in college. I played football at Colorado State up in Fort Collins. There for 5.5 years doing that. And then I played a lot of sports in high school with. Yeah, I have. I was kind of thrown into it like early on and just like, okay, here's the media. And then just ask you all kinds of questions, and at first you're just like back up against the wall and not really sure how to answer. And then you start really good at answering questions without really answering the question. So I would say when I was playing up at CSU, I was able to be a starting quarterback for that last year, and we went down to CU at Folsom Field and beat them at their field my senior year. The fans, all the fans were there, started rushing the field. It was awesome. It was like one of the best moments ever. So that's probably my best moment. First impression, walked in, everybody was really friendly, helpful. You know, Chris and Amanda and Joe and Xavier have always been, you know, very technically knowledgeable and very helpful in getting the best out of everybody. At the same time, making sure that everybody's safe. And it's just a great community. You've got that atmosphere feeling the first time you walk in there that just everybody is helpful, everybody wants to encourage everybody else. It's a great place to be. Meal? Oh man, there's so many. But recently we've discovered Sweet Cow, which is incredible. Sweet Cow ice cream is awesome. Pizza, like bacon and sausage and pepperoni and ham and the whole nine. Hops and Pie is always a good place to go. Love doing it. We do that all the time. So it's not really a cheat, it's like a routine. And my mom makes a lasagna that is just awesome. I don't know if that's a cheat meal, but it's a pasta, so.
How much cheese is on it?
A lot of cheese.
There you go.
It's too much cheese. I think first thing comes to mind is just the competitiveness, and at the same time it's all really healthy competition. So it's you're trying to stay with the person next to you, and at the same time you're encouraging the person next to you. Just the atmosphere itself, if you're able to get into a CrossFit that has that kind of atmosphere, that's where you see a lot of people get better. You're always looking out for your athletes. I think that's incredibly important. whether that's making sure they're getting better every day, or that's just making sure that they don't hurt themselves. And that can be a very simple, little thing. So I think that you guys are always looking out for your athletes' well-being. All kinds of areas. Yeah, it just makes you much more active. It encourages you to be much more active. My lifestyle is very outdoorsy, ski, snowboard, snowmobile, hunting, hiking, camping, and so just being engaged in fitness and on a daily basis in general just makes a lot of those activities much more enjoyable. So instead of hiking a 14 and going, it was so difficult, you hike it and you enjoy it, and you can kind of look around and enjoy everything. And same with hunting, you can, make sure you are aware of all your surroundings instead of trying to catch your breath, snowboarding, all that kind of stuff. You can just enjoy it that much more.
CrossFit.
Holy cow. Absolutely. That's all I'll say. No details. We'd like to be in the same class together. It's not like we're necessarily spotting each other and all that kind of stuff, but it's nice to see that your spouse or future spouse is just right there next to you, and you're going through the same misery together, and pushing each other. So that's very important. It's just to look back a day, a week, a month, a year, and just know that I'm better where I am than where I was. If you're gonna do it, don't just try it. Do it for a substantial amount of time consistently. Do it for a month, or do it for 60 days, or whatever you think your fitness level could be. Don't just do it every once in a while. You're not gonna get into it. If you're thinking of starting Vantage, that's obviously it's a great place to be. I know that there's other CrossFit gyms, I would just make sure that you can go in there and trust your coaches and trust that they're going to take care of you. So, but definitely try it and commit to it for a certain period. It's for Drew. Stay classy, Sandy. Tenderloin steak, just medium rare. You don't have to